it's great to talk about it, as you say, and I think it's this is a perfect book for it, and I love it. The girl in it is it's lots of fun, and she's asking questions with. Which is why are hands called hands? What happens if I walk backwards forever? I just love that. They're good emergency questions for my podcast. But it is great that kids will ask the questions and we'll be full of.
Yeah, that's what I sort of thought a lot, especially having young kids. Is like they ask all sorts of questions. Yeah. My daughter today said, "Mum, do animals? Animals." I was like, "Yeah." Do they get ADHD, autism, dyslexia, and dyscalculia? It's my house is full of these things, and I was like, I was like, maybe I guess you wouldn't know if a duck had ADHD. No. Maybe you'd just see a duck being real crazy and you'd be like, he's the ADHD one, and another duck being all like organised. Like, obviously terrible cliches of both those conditions. But it's like, I had to really think about that and really think, well, what's the age appropriate answer? And I wouldn't have just lied and said, no, facts, we don't know it. But when it comes to death, we do lie. Yeah. I've seen people say, I'll never die, don't worry, I'll never leave you. I'm like in the playground and I'm like, that's not true. And I think that's the thing when a parent dies at a young age, I was incapable. The moment I had kids, I was incapable of saying to them, I'll never leave you and everything will be okay. Like I just couldn't, it just literally wouldn't get out of my throat because I was like, I know that's not true. So I always say, and she does, they will say like, oh, I'm so worried you'll die. And I say, yeah, well, one day I will. One day I will. But you know what? You'll be okay. Like you will be okay. It's very sad. It's very difficult, but you will be okay. That's what's meant to happen. And I think I'm sort of like forced to say that because of my life experience. And it's not like I'm like this magic Zen person. Like if my dad hadn't have done that, I wouldn't be saying it. I'd be like, I'll live with you forever, don't worry. But I find it in a way sort of a positive of what is a sad situation that he died, is that like I'm able to face that very honestly in a way that, I guess other parents might be easier to be like, oh yes, don't worry, I'll never leave you, because you can kind of hope it's true.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas I'm like, that's not a guarantee.
I mean, it's sort of a difficult. It is, if the child is scared and saying, you're saying, I'll always be here to protect you.
Yeah, I never say that.
You're not. Yeah,
I just can't.
I think I probably still do that. Say that sometimes. I'm still aware when I'm saying it again. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, but I can see why people say it's lovely. Yeah. I literally can't say it, and I just say like I won't always be here. No. But the other thing I think is quite helpful to say, you can say like it's very unusual. So what I say to them, what happened to me to lose a parent at a teenager is very unusual. Yes. And when you look at the stats, it is like 0.1% versus like someone in their 40, it is an unusual situation. So I always say to them, look, what happened was really unusual and really rare. Obviously it did happen. So we would expect that won't happen to us. And we will really like obviously hope for that. And I have no intentions of leaving you. I know I'm really brutally honest as a parent.
I think it's good. I think it's I think honesty is right all the way through, and as much as you can be.
They'll complain about it. Do you know what I mean? They'll go to their therapist with something. It doesn't matter what you do. You'll fuck them up some way.
Of course.